beautiful people? In today's video, we got Noah back into our channel. We have a lot of updates about TikTok ads. In this video, we're going to talk about how Noah finds winning products on TikTok, how he scales them, how he finds creatives for his ads, and all that good stuff. So what's up, Noah? Welcome to the channel.
What's going on?
Not much.
Thanks for having me in Austin again. I love Austin, and especially being here with you. We went indoor skydiving, which was scary.
Yeah, he did it. That's the closest I could get him to actually to skydive. Hopefully, on the next trip, we're gonna get Noah to skydive. It's gonna happen. If this video gets 1,000 likes, Noah will go skydiving. No, you're gonna commit to it.
No. So, anyways, I'll introduce myself a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, essentially I've been running a marketing agency for drop shippers for the past 4 years, and primarily Facebook ads, and we've generated over $20 million in total revenue for our clients. So recently, over the past 4 or 5 months, we've been experimenting a lot with TikTok. And I think TikTok is a great opportunity. It's kind of acting like the way that Facebook acted when I started, which is super attractive, I guess, and it makes me want to go all in with it. But the opportunity was huge, so we jumped on it. We started learning really, really fast. You know, what are the right things to do? What are some of the wrong things to do? And I'm nowhere near as well-rounded with TikTok ads as I am with Facebook ads, of course, but I've learned a lot. We've found about 10 to 12 winning products so far. A couple of those being clients, found a couple on my own stores. I have my managers and my ad buyers all testing on their own stores, and it's working out really, really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we have a couple things that we want to go through. We're going to see how you do it. I know everybody has their own methods when it comes to TikTok or any kind of platform. Different methods, they all work, just differently. So I was going to go through a couple of stuff and see, how you do certain things with TikTok. So first thing that I wanted to ask you, how do you find winning products for TikTok? Because I know it's a little different when it comes to finding winning products for TikTok than on Facebook.
Yeah, so we've been following a very simple system, which is find the product, build the store, get the ad, launch the ads. We literally let the ads run for 1 day, and then we either move on or we decide to start scaling. So, each of those steps has its own caveats, but, starting with the product research part, I would say mostly what we've been doing is 100% copycat. We talked the other day and you were making a joke about how one of your winning products was super saturated on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot about TikTok right now because the audience is new, the type of ad is new, right? So almost everything is new, which it pretty much allows you to take these products that we already know works. You've been in the game a while, so you can literally just take products that have worked for you in the past and then just rerun them, right? It's kind of like a rebirth. So that's what we've been doing.
Yeah,
right?
that actually works great because the type of, I actually been scaling a lot of my past Facebook products on TikTok, and then all we did was just make TikTok friendly creative. So it's not just Facebook that you have a bunch of people using the product and all that. On TikTok, we've been doing a lot of hey, kind of someone reviewing the product,
just whipping out their phone.
Exactly, literally, and it's so much easier to actually test on TikTok than compared to Facebook.
Yeah, it's easier, it's quicker. I wouldn't say cheaper because we're spending $50 to $100 per product that we test.
Same.
But yeah, 100%, copycat method is kind of what I coined it, where you're pretty much taking. If you're somebody like us, we already have a ton of winners that we already know. But if you're not somebody who has a bunch of winners, then you can look at people like us, and you can also use apps like Ecom Hunt, Ad Spy. I actually know a guy who's working on a Ad Spy for TikTok, so he's gonna be he's gonna be one of the first guys that releases that software. Which I'm trying to be one of the first users because you'll essentially be able to spy on other people's advertisements on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I think when that type of stuff gets popular, it's going to be a lot harder to find winning products and maintain them, but it's going to create this opportunity where we can just come in, find a bunch of products, and probably find a bunch of winners. So yeah, copycat method for sure. And then we've been doing one product stores as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's something worth noting. I know that you've been big on general stores for TikTok, right?
I'm just lazy.
Yeah. So I'm the opposite. So for all the time that we've been running on Facebook, we've been like, all three, right? Like general, niche, and one product all work really, really great.
Yeah.
Whereas with TikTok, we haven't tested that much, but when we started out, we started with one product stores, mainly because we have the goal to transition to a brand, and that just makes it a whole lot easier.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I noticed like on TikTok, I mean, the thing is with one product store, like you said, all of them work. With one product store, is just the conversion going to be a little bit higher, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. Like I wouldn't even say that, to be honest. 'Cause,
Tiny
like,
bit.
it all comes down to the product. I think at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, it's more like once you find a winning product, and let's say you do like 50K in revenue, and it's looking like it's going to go bigger, you don't want to have to change your whole website to turn it into a brand.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, you don't want to spend hours and hours and hours building stores for every single product that you test.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it yourself, you also don't want to spend thousands of dollars on store builds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of ways to make it work.
Like we built this we spent a lot of time figuring out a way to build one product stores like in 20 minutes. In the situation where you wanted to transition to a brand, you wouldn't have to change anything.
Yeah. I agree.
Which like for me that was important because with my long-term vision with e-commerce, it just matches up better than general stores did.
Gotcha. So next question that I've been getting a lot of question about is, so a lot of people are familiar with Facebook type of videos, right? And if you even go on Upwork and Fiverr, it's kind of hard to find someone to make decent videos for TikTok. It's actually pretty difficult to find someone who's pretty decent on like making videos for TikTok style videos. So how do you find your creatives?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways. Mostly like during product testing, we'll find existing TikToks and just use those.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't recommend you to do that because you can run into like copyright issues and stuff like that. I'm personally not too worried about it. But the only other way, like if you want that like, influencer style, like someone whipping out their phone, you can't do what we do with Facebook, which like what we do on Facebook is we go on YouTube and Vimeo and find clips of the product and then edit them all together. You can't do that with like, a personal style video. So the only way is to get, custom content made, which if you do it yourself, it could be a major pain in the ass, especially if, your time is worth more than $20 an hour.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So if your time is valuable at all, you're going to want to hire an agency, which there's a few out there that do it. Like obviously we do it in-house. So, we have the actors, we have the script writers, we have the people that edit them. So we pretty much automated the entire system. And that took us like 3 to 4 months to build because we tried doing it one way and then which was basically like the Fiverr, finding actors on Fiverr and stuff. And like that was such a mess.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so we ended up having to like find our own actors and build our own Rolodex. And it's pretty difficult because you got to find different genders, different ages, depending on the product. Like some products you want somebody young, some products you want an old lady or an old man. So we built all of that. So it's like all ready. And we offer that as a service with Viral Ecom Ads, which you can throw a link in the description or something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's, custom content for Facebook ads, can range anywhere from $500 to, $2,000.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a real commercial. Whereas the custom content for user-generated content, I believe we're selling it for $100.
Got it.
So it's like, and I think it's 7-day delivery.
Nice.
So yeah, we have the fastest delivery. We're definitely not the cheapest, but in terms of like delivery times, like you want to get it,
pretty quick. Yeah, because when you want a product, you want to, at that time, it could be a winning product. That's another thing I feel like. If you don't put the product right in front of the audience at the right time, you could die. Like, 2 weeks later, it could be too late to actually test that product.
Yeah. And having a good relationship with, somebody like Viral Ecom Ads, or if you want to build the system out yourself, is helpful too, because once you have a winner, you're going to want like a constant flow.
Yeah.
Like 2 new creatives every single week at scale. So unless you want to be running around all day or all week creating TikToks, it's good to have that relationship. And, obviously we want to provide that to people, and we're going to provide it for our clients and stuff.
Right. So as of right now, I know TikTok is pretty new, but what methods do you use to test your products? So now let's say you have the video, you're ready, you have your store. How do you test your products on TikTok?
Yeah, so essentially the way that we do it, and we tested a few different methods, but like I said, like I'm nowhere near like as versed with TikTok as I am with Facebook. Like Facebook, we've ran thousands of tests. Like our method is so narrowed down. Whereas with TikTok, right now we're just we're sticking with the method that initially worked with us. So I'm gonna say this, and you might want to like slow it down or pause it or go back and watch it, whatever you want to do. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, and I have videos about it, which I'm sure there'll be a link. Yeah, but essentially, like 5 ad sets under one campaign. We do $20 budgets. There's two different targeting options that you can do on TikTok, or there's 3, but we only use 2. We use interests and categories. So all 5 of them will have the same interest, and then each ad set will have a different category. So it's kind of weird. I'm not necessarily sure why it works, but it just does. So for example, if it's a tech product, all 5 of them will be targeting tech and electronics, and each category will be different. So like one category will be lifestyle, another category will be sports and outdoors, and we'll just have 5 different categories. And then in terms of bidding, like I would say manual bidding works really, really good, because it does. Like we usually do $20 budgets with a $19.99 bid, but recently in the past week or 2, we've been doing lowest cost, which is like auto bidding.
Yeah.
So that is really, really good to do if you're seeing spending issues with manual bidding. But I think like pretty soon here, every single person's going to be doing auto bidding.
Oh yeah, for sure, because they just added it to TikTok.
Yeah, and we've already found, I believe, 2 winning products using lowest cost, so like we know it works.
Yeah, definitely. So when you say category, are you talking about the behavior? Like,
yeah,
you know
behavior.
what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, behavior. I just wanted to learn something new, because I don't really touch that part. But I'm gonna go right after our interview. I'm gonna go test some TikTok ads, put some category in there, see how that does. All right, so I see that you have a method together to find the winning product, to test the product. So now let's say you've been testing products, and now happens, let's say after testing 5 products, now you have a winning product. First of all, how do you define a winning product?
Yeah, so we're looking for like profitability on day 1. Like just to be flat out. Like with Facebook, we give it like 2 to 3 days. But with TikTok, the success rates and the ROAS, like everything that we're seeing is literally just amped up.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that if a product isn't profitable on day 1, that it's not a winner, but we're not going to settle for less.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Not right now. So yeah, we're just looking like straight profitability out the gate. And then sometimes on day 2, you'll have like a dip, like it's a little inconsistent in the beginning stages. But once we see that, we'll essentially let it run for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then really what we're looking for is a single ad set to surpass 5 sales.
Got it. Okay.
So 5 sales is like our absolute minimum before we do anything. And then from there, the way that we've been scaling is we've been taking those ad sets that cross 5 sales and duplicating them into a new campaign at 100 a day.
In each ad group, or do you do CBO?
No, so it's literally just like one campaign, one ad group at 100 a day.
So you do one ad group. Does that work better for you than putting that same ad group in the same campaign?
I actually haven't even tried that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious, because I know on Facebook they say that your campaign actually keep the data. So like I personally, it's been doing better if I duplicate it, but I'm sure TikTok is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I feel like they're still figuring things out.
We started doing it in a new campaign just for OCD purposes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Just for OCD purposes.
Yeah, because it's more organized.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't tested it, so I can't really say for sure. It is an interesting thing, and I can tell that there's a lot that I can still learn, because when I did my 48-hour TikTok challenge, which is on my channel if you want to watch it, I was able to do like 1,500 in sales. I believe the profit was like $350.
Got it.
In the first 2 days of launching this product, I got super lucky. I don't know how it happened, but basically we didn't even wait until it hit 5 sales. Like I was just like, you know what? I only have 2 days, or at this point I only had 1 more day.
Yeah.
So I took like the 3 ad sets that had sales. It didn't matter how many. And I just duped all of them into 100 per day.
Gotcha. And they ended up performing.
Yeah, like I think 2 of them ended up being profitable. 1 of them I ended up turning off. So that's essentially how I've been scaling so far. I haven't gone above 100 per day in a new campaign. So like pretty much the game to me right now, find a winning ad set, like a base ad set, duplicate it into 100, and then find more winning ad sets.
Got it. Okay.
And we do that by testing new creatives, new interests, essentially just testing new things and new campaigns.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So I have a question for you. I know a lot of people consistently, I get a lot of DMs, I'm sure you get a lot of them, that they're like, oh, should I run Facebook ads or should I run TikTok ads? Did you leave Facebook? Why are you not talking about Facebook? Why are you talking more about TikTok? What is going on? So what do you think? What's going on? What do you think if you were about to compare TikTok to Facebook, or if people are just coming to test, like to drop shipping, right? They want to drop ship.
Yeah.
Which one do you recommend for people to start? TikTok ads or Facebook ads?
Yeah, so like us being so obsessive about TikTok right now just comes back to like what I said in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is like TikTok
Yeah.
is like we view it in the way of like that we viewed Facebook like
Absolutely.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And like how much money would you pay to be able to go 4 years
Oh
back
my
in
God,
time?
that's
like
freaking awesome.
millions of dollars
Yeah.
were lost
Absolutely.
due to the ignorance of us.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know what we were sitting on.
No.
And yes, we took advantage of it and we made a bunch of money still, but like we see that in TikTok, so we're just like we need to like take advantage of this like right now.
Absolutely. I remember back in 2016, that's when I started I started watching YouTube videos. There was this guy, I forgot what his name, Franklin. He was from New Zealand, I think. I don't know if he's an older guy. Sorry if you're watching this, I'm not calling you old. But I don't know if he still makes video or not. But he was like one of the first OG people that like literally been doing like affiliate and dropshipping for like 10 years. So that like I remember 2016, that's how I started running products. And then my first winning product was this golf trainer. I think I showed you that, the yellow golf trainer.
the yellow
And
one.
I was selling it. And I remember I tested 9 products and I told myself, I'm like, does this even work? Then this is gonna be the last product I test, and then I'm gonna go, with my life and figure something out. I wasn't even thinking about it, it was just more like, oh, let me see if it works or not. And then I remember the golf trainer, I was getting it for $2. I was selling, there's no such a thing on Facebook anymore that you can sell a product for $15 to then be profitable. So I remember I was selling it for $15. I was getting it for $2. And then I was like super excited. I'm like, whoa, I'm getting $2-3 cost per purchase. And my clicks were 10-20 cents. There's no such a thing on Facebook anymore. If you're getting $10 cost per purchase on Facebook, that's pretty dang good. There's no $2-3. But on TikTok, I noticed TikTok is basically Facebook back in 2016. That is so much easier to find a winning product. The cost of testing is much cheaper, and then clicks are way cheaper. The CPM, pretty much even the worst product hasn't been over $10, which is it's not like that on Facebook at all. So it's that new toy that I'm excited about, to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's just capital efficient to focus there right now.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. But I mean, in terms of where a beginner should put their focus, I'd say if you want to treat e-commerce as a long-term, sustainable business, we cannot ethically advise you to go to TikTok.
No.
We just can't, because it's not we don't fully understand it yet.
Yeah.
We haven't been in it for long enough.
Yeah, nobody has.
So for us to sit here and tell you yes, go to TikTok, yada yada, it'd be a little bit out of the excitement of it. So looking at the reality of it, Facebook is tried and true. We've been making money on it for years, and I think we will continue making money on it for years.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't sleep on TikTok.
No, definitely not.
Just because the success rates are so much better. But again, I can't speak on longevity. I can't speak on scalability. We've taken stores to 80K a day with Facebook without a problem.
Yeah.
And then, I think the highest that we've scaled on TikTok is literally 3 or 4K a day.
Yeah.
And I know that you've scaled a lot higher than that.
15K was my highest day.
So
Yeah.
At least it's proven to 15K a day.
Yeah.
But
I know people that done 50K.
The longevity though.
Oh yeah, to how long it would actually last.
Yeah.
One thing is also with Facebook, I know you can scale it for months depending on the product, but with TikTok I noticed the creatives die way faster. Facebook, we noticed that it's a little bit slower. If you add budget, because I noticed if I go from try to have $100 to $1,000 ad budget, it would just crash. With TikTok, I noticed that doesn't happen. If it's performing, I just add the budget, it actually still performs. So that's one of my favorite things. And also the margin is way higher than Facebook. Facebook is barely 15 to 20%. And with TikTok, mine is average 35 to 40%. I had people messaging me saying that their margin is 60% in Europe, which is kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've also ran in Europe a little bit, which worked really, really well. Smaller market though.
Yeah.
But I mean, it all comes down to like the low CPMs and the fact that it's a new platform. I think like even after it balances out, it's gonna end up being pretty damn good though.
Yeah, pretty dang good. I mean, even if it's not, you're not able to run it as long, your profit margin kind of make up for it. You know what I'm saying?
And the success rates.
Yeah.
Also, I think like as our methods get better, we'll be able to maintain it longer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna slowly wrap this up. I'm gonna put Noah's information, his channel, and everything down below. Go ahead and check his channel out. He has a lot of good information about everything dropshipping, TikTok ads, Facebook ads. And thank you again for coming to Austin and going to iFly with me.
I'm also going to be posting a video of an interview from her perspective, pretty much asking these same exact questions. So if you want to learn how she kind of does things, it's probably a little bit different, probably similar, but a little bit different, then definitely check it out on my channel. I also have a 48-hour challenge where like I filmed the store build, creating the ads, analyzing the ads, doing the initial scale, and like I said, we did about 1,500 in the first 48 hours. So you can kind of see me do that live as well. And I also made a very like in-depth debate on like, should you go with Facebook or should you go with TikTok? So that would be interesting too.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe down below and like this video. Like I said, 1,000 likes. We're going to take Noah skydiving.
No, we're not.
Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.